Hello, budget friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to do a quick budget check-in here in YNAB. And I also have to budget out the money you see in Ready to Assign, $1,342. And we have some overspend categories to cover. So let's just jump in and not waste any time. I'm going to go over and tell you what has happened so far in the month of October. So you can see here that we have 6 overspend categories, and we need to cover these or see what we could cover. Our next pay date or official first pay period from our full-time job is on the 11th, which is in 2 days, and then we'll come back and figure what else we need to do. So you can see here there is 6 overspend category. There is credit card interest because my Capital One number 1 and number 2 card closed. I did go ahead and pay our electric bill for $124.34. HP Inc. went out for $1.62. We did buy some more gas for $96. Eating out, I spent $33, but we're overspent by $21.20. And then there was some groceries for $29.16. So let's just jump in and we're going to just run through the budget and see what we need to cover. So we did set aside the rent and the check has been dropped off. So what we need to do now is move on to electric. So I'm going to cover this one from Ready to Assign. HP Inc. is the next monthly bill that's up. So let's cover that from Ready to Assign also. So I did receive this money on the 7th, but I haven't had a chance to come in and sit down and record this video and assign this money for you guys to see what's happening. But I did know that there were monies being spent and I knew where it was supposed to come from. So Peloton is up next. I think this subscription is restarting this month. I didn't pause it again. It was due on the 8th and I haven't seen it pulled from the account as yet. So I'm not sure if they're going to do that or they're going to bypass for this one. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to assign $44 here just in case that will come out. I do need to change the target for HP Inc. because we did change from $6 now to $2 per month, and it is due on the 5th. So I should have put just $1.62 because that's what it usually comes out to, but I don't want any surprises. So I'm going to put it for $2. All right, next up is Google Cloud, which is due on the 12th. This is after we get paid again, so we can skip these and move on to our next category, which is main focus, because everything else in the bill section is not due until after we get paid again. So student loan in the main focus has been set aside and paid. One main, I do need to tell you guys, I did a thing. So I did a balance transfer on a personal loan and there was a few things that I paid off. So one main was one of them. And as you can see here, there was $3,813.19 paid towards one main. We don't have to worry about that anymore. This category is going to remain here until the end of the month. When we close the month out, then I'll be able to hide it going forward. So I did take out another loan with Upgrade. And Upgrade is going to be about $630 a month. I did pay off a few things and I will go over that with you guys shortly. So we're not going to assign anything here for Upgrade just yet. This one is due on the 30th. So is Lending Club. So we're going to skip those and we're going to move into credit cards. So a few different things that we did with that Upgrade loan. I paid off Marcus credit card for $675.10. I paid off Discover, even though you don't see it here. I paid off Discover, and I'm just going to jump over into the accounts and show you that Discover is now at a zero balance because I did make $4,967.47 payment to Discover to pay that off. The next loan or the next account that we paid off to zero was my Capital One number 1 card. This was my big old credit card. And I went ahead and I paid $13,441.89 to this card using that loan. However, even though that was paid off, when I made the payment was after the due date, so there was some interest that was charged in the amount of $289 and 76 cents. So my Discover card hasn't closed yet. My Marcus card hasn't closed yet. So I don't know what was paid or what's going to be due for interest for those because we paid those off. The next thing that I did do was pay some money from that loan towards my Chase card. So remember the dental bill that I have for $1,950 on the Chase card? I went ahead and I sent $852.35 of that money from that loan over to this card because I wanted to cut it down. This card was starting out at a zero balance and I didn't want it to close at such high balance. So I made this $852 payment to bring the balance down. So there was also some cash rewards that was applied to this card because of this big expense that was charged to it. I got $29.25 in rewards from that. So I applied it directly to the balance of the card. So I think that's all the stuff that I did do, or all the payments that I did make using that upgrade loan. So it was Capital One number one, Chase, Marcus, Discover, and One Main, which is now closed, paid in full and gone. So we will have to pay a personal loan again alongside Lending Club. I think it's putting us in a better position. Even though it's another personal loan, I think that me paying off the credit cards, which they're very high interest, especially my Discover card, it is at a 29.99%, to pay that off so I don't have to pay the interest towards that. And not only that, you do know that credit card interest is compounded. So when you pay credit card interest this month, it's added onto your balance, and then you turn around next month and pay interest on the interest that you already, received on the card. With a personal loan, the interest is already calculated and you're decreasing your principal over time. So I think this is a much better place for us to be. I did go ahead and make a $30 payment to upgrade just to make sure that the account that I want to pay from is linked. So I needed to test it out. Moving on, I'm going to go back down into the credit card. So Marcus, I don't have to worry about. Discover, I don't have to worry about. Mattress Firm is due on the 14th, so we could worry about that with our next paycheck. Famous Footwear is at zero. Carter's is at zero. And now Chase is due on the 26th of every month. So I will worry about that using the next paycheck. So is Capital One number one, number two, and the Apple Card. So we're going to go into transportation. Auto loan is due on the 25th. We'll worry about that when we get our next paycheck. Car insurance due on the 13th. Let's go ahead and skip that one also. And for car fuel, we're going to cover car fuel from ready to assign. So I think we should be okay with fuel until the next pay period. So I'm not going to assign any more money here. Moving down, we're going to skip the rest of all. We're going to skip the other categories in the transportation section and move to personal. I don't think I need to do anything in personal as of right now. So I'm going to skip this whole category and move into everyday spending. This is really our problem area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign $35 here for copay. Dental, I'm not worried about just yet because we don't have anything that's due. I did have a post-op appointment with the periodontist, and luckily, nothing was charged. He didn't do anything. He just looked to see how I was healing, and I didn't have to pay anything. So eating out, I'm going to add $50 here. Groceries, this is where I'm going to put the bulk of the money. I'm going to put $500 into groceries here because this needs to last us until we get paid again in 2 more weeks. So I need to make sure I do have money in groceries so I'm not worried about it. In given, I'm going to put $5 because I need not $52, just $5. So now it has to be 7. What's going on here? Make it 7. There was $2 already there. Heating oil, we're good, so we don't need to do anything. Household, I'm going to put 100. Medication, I'm going to put 25. Propane, I do know we have a propane bill, so I'm going to put 157. I think it's about 156 and some change. So I'm going to budget 157. Reimbursement, nothing. Unexpected spending, nothing. So let's move down into the kids category. I'm going to put $40 for after school. I'm going to put $40. Actually, I'm going to put $60 for the babysitter. And braces is due in the next pay period, and so is child support. So everything else in the my babies category, we're going to leave until we get paid again, except for haircuts. I'm going to put $30 here for my son's haircut, and we're left with $74.04. What we're going to do is I'm just going to apply that to, let's see, eating out is at $28.80. Let's add an additional $1.20 here just to get it up to $30. Groceries is at $4.70. Let's leave that there. What else do we need to cover? Let's cover these small bills. So we're going to put $3 into iCloud. Renter's insurance, we're going to skip for now. We're going to put $10 into iCloud storage. So 3 was for Google Cloud, $10 for iCloud storage. Let's put 8 for SiriusXM. And we're going to put, we have $51.84 left. Let's put this towards our credit card interest. That is going to go towards the payment of the cards that's due. So now we're left to cover $300.34 with our next pay period, and we have assigned all the money down to zero. So that's what it is, you guys. This is all the money that we have to assign right now. Like I said, I did take out this new loan and I was able to clear up a lot of things. So hopefully moving forward, this will put us into a better position to clear some of the debts. Hit me up in the comment section down below and let me know how you guys are faring so far in the first week. Now that we're in the second week actually of October. Are all your bills covered? Are you struggling? Is there any of your problem areas that you're honing in on? For us, it is groceries and household, and so far, so good. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in and watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.